My son attacked a woman at school, and I'll never punish him for it. I was at work when my son's school called me. Mr. Kavinsky? Principal Walker's voice was tight, and he could barely control his anger. There's been a serious incident involving Eli. He physically assaulted Mrs. Diaz, our cafeteria monitor. He threw his entire lunch tray at her face. The words didn't compute. Eli doesn't even raise his voice when he's angry. Mr. Kavinsky, this sparked a cafeteria-wide food fight. We had to evacuate 200 students. Mrs. Diaz wants to press assault charges. You need to come immediately. I've already contacted our district's legal team. I abandoned everything and ran to my car. During the 15-minute drive, my mind raced through every interaction I'd had with Eli lately. Just this morning, he'd carefully relocated a spider outside instead of killing it. Last week, he'd given his lunch money to a kid who forgot theirs. The school parking lot was chaos. Parents were arriving in waves, some still in work uniforms, others in gym clothes, all wearing the same expression of disbelief and anger. Through the office windows, I could see children covered in food stains being collected by furious parents. Inside, the main office smelled like sour milk and tomato sauce. Eli sat alone in a plastic chair outside Walker's door, his black Star Wars shirt now a canvas of chocolate milk and something orange that looked like cheese sauce. Spaghetti hung from his hair, but his jaw was set, his dark eyes defiant. Eli, I knelt beside him. What happened? Before he could answer, Walker's door opened. Mr. Kavinsky, please come in. Eli, stay there. Mrs. Diaz stood by Walker's desk, her beige uniform destroyed. Ketchup, gravy, green beans, pudding. She looked like she'd been through a war zone. This animal threw his tray directly at my face. I could have been seriously injured. I want him expelled and arrested. Mrs. Diaz, let's discuss this calmly, Walker said, though sweat beaded on his forehead. The door burst open as more parents crowded in. Mrs. Reyes still wore her hospital scrubs. Mr. Stewart had concrete dust on his boots. The Coopers both came straight from their law firm. My daughter is traumatized, Mrs. Peterson announced. She says Eli started a riot. Food fights are gateway violence, Mr. Stewart added. What's next? Actual weapons? I stood up slowly. I'd like to hear Eli's version. Walker hesitated, then called Eli in. My 8-year-old son walked in with his shoulders back, looking each adult in the eye. Eli, explain yourself, Walker demanded. Mrs. Diaz was hurting Miles, Eli said clearly. He has type 1 diabetes. The room went silent. Mrs. Diaz's face flushed purple. I never touched that boy. You made him eat dessert first, Eli continued. Miles told you 3 times he needed his turkey sandwich first because of his blood sugar. His mom packs his lunch in a special order. Protein, then vegetables, then a small treat if his levels are good. I have a new policy, Mrs. Diaz said defensively. All children eat dessert first. It prevents waste and teaches gratitude. No exceptions, or everyone claims special needs. My blood turned to ice. You forced a diabetic child to eat sugar first? He was being dramatic. These kids always want special treatment. Eli's voice stayed steady. Miles was crying. He said, please, Mrs. Diaz, I'll get sick. You took his sandwich away and put a brownie in front of him. You said if he didn't eat it in 30 seconds, he'd get no lunch at all, and you'd call his parents about his defiance. Where is Miles now? I asked. The secretary peeked in. Nurse's office. His blood sugar hit 300. His mother had to leave her job to rush him to the ER. The room shifted. Parents exchanged worried glances. That's when I threw my tray, Eli said. Miles's hands were shaking. His face was white. I recognized it from when my friend Marcus had a diabetic episode at my birthday party. I pulled out my phone. Mrs. Diaz, I work in medical billing. I process claims for diabetic emergencies daily. What you did constitutes medical endangerment. Forcing a type 1 diabetic child to consume simple sugars without protein can cause diabetic ketoacidosis. That's attempted manslaughter through negligence. Walker went pale. Now, let's not overreact. Overreact? I opened my phone. Should I call the state health department or perhaps the news station that's been investigating school safety? I have the reporter's direct number from when they interviewed me about medical billing fraud. They'd love this story. Cafeteria monitor's dangerous policy hospitalizes diabetic child. Mrs. Diaz stammered. I've been doing this for 20 years. And how many diabetic children have you endangered? I asked. How many kids with food allergies, eating disorders, medical conditions you ignored for your policy? Eli added quietly. She does it to other kids too. Oakley gets migraines from sugar. Amit is lactose intolerant. She makes them all eat dessert first or get no lunch. The other parents' faces changed from anger to horror. Walker stood abruptly. Mrs. Diaz, please report to HR immediately. Mr. Kavinsky, Eli's suspension is revoked. I'm sorry. Diaz never taught there again.